What's going on?
Come on. Look at that. Okay.
What's that new Miss Potent and Molati?
The baby. This shit is hard. Go ahead, glitter going this poet. She always so potent, baby. Wow. His voice though, I fucked him Molati.
Molati.
Miss Potent.
They up next.
Okay.
Hey,
come on.
Hey, Miss Potent.
Ari, hey Barbie. Raving and Vaden, huh? Right, Mo? Big. Y'all fucked this up.
Hey, Mo.
Okay. Miss Potent though. Come on.
This beat.
Ooh, Florida. Okay, Florida. Again, double time. Ooh. Ressie.
This should make you wanna like. Fire.
I'm thinking a new theme
Make
song.
sure y'all look out for that. Miss Potent and Molati.
Oh my God.
Shit was fucking crazy.
Assquake though?
Assquake.
Assquake. Yo. That new song. Right. Again, that was Molati and Miss Potent. Assquake. Y'all know they everywhere. Every freaking media. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's always everywhere.
Title, probably. Everything. Like,
let me tell you
fuck
something.
it up.
So you already know.
What day is it? Is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
While we all into Florida right now.
Let's
come back to North Carolina real quick.
I just remember that is the Royal Couch with who?
Key
and King.
Who?
Key and King. Key and King.
Key who?
Key and King.
One more time, bro.
Key and King. Key and King. Oh, I like the ending.
Did you? Okay.
That was
CD is dropping. Hello.
Yeah, look, CD dropping. You talking about Molati and Miss Potent. You better wait for Key and King.
Okay.
Hello.
Woohoo.
Get it. Yo, so we got a dope show today. I'm so excited about this. We got Chasing Dallas.
Oh my God.
Y'all remember Chasing Atlanta, right?
Right.
We talked all about it all season.
What we did.
Like,
okay.
So they have another series which is called Chasing Dallas.
I got into that.
That is good.
You been on that hard?
I'm hard.
I think I'm missing 8 episodes. But
it is dope. Let me tell you. So we got, of course, to talk to us live and direct, the producer and the star.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Go ahead,
Mr. Ressie. You know,
yes.
as they say, you hear it from the horse's mouth himself.
Nay, I'm a little pony.
That's what you do. You know, shout out to all our viewers. Thank you for watching. Make sure you continue watching. Just share, like, and comment. Make sure you just, and if you don't like what you see, put
a
bad face.
Okay, we like
Who cares? Do something
we
while
like
you're here
criticism.
watching.
You might get us to change what you don't like. You just never get out. Hello.
So, we also got, as we commented before, as we heard before, we got their good friends.
The good Judy.
This is gang.
Gang.
You feel me? This is Team Boss. Like, you feel me? We got Mrs. Potent on the live.
With a Z.
With a Z. Like, and we got Molati.
Y'all
already know.
Dots over the E.
Y'all know. Yeah, the little dots over there.
They got a whole good judge.
You know who he is.
So y'all know what's up. All my kings, queens, and in between. We gonna sit on this couch and do some things.
So,
all right, what's up?
I'm excited. So before we get into the interviews, which I'm excited for as well, I just want to really quickly. We started a little late, guys, so we do apologize about that. So I do have a Nicki review going to be coming soon because I really can't do it now because I was supposed to do it now. So I do have a Nicki Minaj Queen album review, which we're going to go and we're going to talk about and review. But I did want to talk about, since we can't talk about her album, I do want to talk about the things that have been happening since her album dropped.
You know what? You get on my nerves.
Now,
let me tell y'all real quick, because he going to try to keep going. But tonight was supposed to be this review, and I was prepared for this review. And now he want to talk about events that happened.
Well, it's because we don't have time, because we got to get into the show. So, I just want to get into this, and I got to keep, and this is not me, because you know this is a show about support and love and all of that good stuff. But I just want to say, Nicki is everything. Okay? So, all these people, like, Jessica Dime has something to say. Mariah Lynn has something to say. And don't get me wrong, I love Mariah Lynn. I do. But watch it.
But it's the norm. That's what happens when Nicki comes back out. Everybody's up.
Everybody's mad about these interviews that she's doing because talking about the crummy chains of Love and Hip Hop. Now, I fuck with Love and Hip Hop. Mona, send me an email, girl.
Okay.
I would take a crummy check any day.
Did you?
But I'm just saying, she was referring to somebody, DJ Self, and she was talking about them personally. Now, everybody got mad, Mariah Lynn, because she's a part of Gwennon. And then the fact that John P said something about the crummy checks because of VH1, because she gets it. She said, and the checks are not crummy, and make sure you keep that same energy that you have when I see you, this, that, and the third. I'm like, what? Make sure you keep that same energy. Girl.
You can look at that in so many ways because you know how this industry works. We've been in the industry for a minute now. And you know, people start beef with people they know they can't handle anyway, just so they can get that publicity.
That clout, which is everybody's hopping on the bandwagon, and I feel like they are. But at the same time, I feel like you took the content of what she was saying and made it personal with you. And my whole thing is, if the shoe fits.
Okay, but gang.
Because if your check is not crummy, why are you opening your mouth and worrying about it?
But how you know that? What if
exactly? So the shoe fits.
So why not? If we don't know what's in their pockets, and we don't know their confidence level. Well, these bitches might be popping because they feel like they popping, and why is that wrong?
Oh, it's not wrong.
Okay.
It's not wrong. It's to say that you ain't gonna come for the queen. Because let me tell you something. Just like the queen she just went live, guys. I don't know if y'all watched it yesterday on Tidal at 9 o'clock. She went live really at 10 because
DJ Ed.
But she went live and she was discussing a little bit I don't have to do anything. This is her speaking. I don't have to do nothing because the barbs are who's gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? You know, Mariah Lynn, I went to her Instagram and her Twitter, right? So she just announced that she has a song coming out, Pull Up or something like that, coming back out. And all that's under there, she got thousands of comments. All that's under there is, bitch, that's a flop. Bitch, ain't nobody gonna listen to that. You fucked up. You did this. It's all about Nicki and stuff like that. So my whole thing is you better know what you're doing before you go do it because that's your career, especially when you're trying to come up in this career. And don't try to say I don't care what people say because you do because you're rapping to us. And we need to buy your album. Or else why are you rapping?
I'ma just say this, it's not that deep for me.
Girl.
But Nicki, if you're watching, kudos. It to me was really worth the wait. And y'all know me, I'm very picky with my music, my books and stuff like that. But I really feel like she did her thing. She gave me a whole nother side of Nicki. She gave me old Nicki. You know, so I'm with it. If you don't like it, that's your opinion. Hashtag Team Nicki. And hashtag if it didn't work for you. I just want to know. Because I know what he gonna say. He loves it.
Every song.
I love it. I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna. You need to tell me. Hey.
He's always ready.
Here I am.
So, here we go.
What's
We
poppin'?
have the one and only Ressie.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you.
This thing is doing everything.
Yes.
I'm just
and you know
pick
what?
this out, child.
Hello?
Okay, because you already know.
Look, so I already watched and followed you before, Chasing Dallas. So I was really excited to know that you were going to be on. And then even more excited that you was a part of production and, making it happen. So shout out to you.
Right,
and
doing everything and then some.
Right.
Hashtag multiple bags.
Multiple bags. So right now we got producer and star of Chasing Dallas.
Not star. Everybody's a star.
But so that means you're a star, correct? Continue.
If everybody's a star, then you're a star.
You're a star. Thank you.
Come on for this hair though. Come. Can I get a 1 2?
You can get a little judge.
Thank you.
She moves a lot.
I need.
What they say, Steve Ware.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm excited. Look, I ain't even.
So before we get started, can you let everybody know your social media, where they can find you?
Yes, I sure can. So I am Ressie G, not Cardi B, but I still get to the money. Oh, all right. So you can find me on all social media at Ressie G, RESSIEG. Everything. Or good old Miss Google and Ask G still works.
Okay.
Hello. Girl, wait, we just recently became Googleable. So I'm excited.
Very much.
Hello, Google me, bitches.
Right.
Like, can I get your number? You can Google me.
Okay. You can contact with me that way.
Hello. You can contact my manager. Thank you.
Okay.
But no. I just wanted to say thank you for coming on to the show. Thank you for being so
taking his time out.
Amazing and humble, guys. He has been nothing but, at front with everything and really, really, really like.
I just appreciate an entrepreneur that's busy because he's already the social media fan and this and the third. I had to get into the judge and I got into the judge, but lurking down your little timeline and stuff, you are busy.
Listen,
so
you see, I'm in a hotel room right now in downtown Dallas because, I have a legitimate corporate career. And so, we actually, we have conference this week for the company that I work for. And I thought I was going to be late. That's why I was like, 10:15.
No, you were fine.
Yes. I was like, oh, okay, I made it. Because, child, we was downstairs and doing all this stuff. And I was like, y'all get out my face. I got an interview that I got to do. This is important.
Hello.
So we'll do it. But, yeah, I try to keep busy. I try to keep busy. I've noticed over the past, I would say 2 years or so, that I like staying busy because when I have too much time on my hands, I end up getting into shit, and I do not need to be in shit. So the best way is to definitely stay busy and productive, for sure.
Okay, so we hear you're busy. Let's rewind time.
Okay.
Before we were so busy.
Okay.
And tell your viewers and your new fans, where exactly did Ressie come from? What happened? What was going on? What was the pop movie?
Well, so in 2007, I got my first internship through a young lady. Her name is Sonia Williams. She's a pretty best kept but well-known secret in Atlanta. She is a entrepreneur from Kansas City. She owned over the past 10 years at least like 5 boutiques. And so at the time, I was out shopping with one of my cousins, and this lady was in there, and I was like, girl, if you put that with that and that with that and that with that, that would look so cute together. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And so she was in the store at the time, and she got in contact with her hairstylist who did my cousin's hair, and then my cousin got in contact with me. It was like, child, this lady wants you to come and meet up with her. And I was like, okay. And so she offered me an internship. So I started out just as her intern, and she taught me the ropes of, textiles and how to actually match patterns with, what works and what doesn't work when it comes to a look. And then my internship was for about 10 months. And then after 10 months, she offered me a job just as an associate. And I stayed with her for about 2 years. And from then I became the GM of that current store and another store that she had.
Okay, girl.
And I had my first kind of, celebrity client. It was Lisa Wu. And it was on the first season.
Go ahead.
And back then, you know, they used to have these people called wardrobers come to set. They bring a rack of clothes, and the talent or the cast for Real Housewives, they would pick, you know, from what they wanted. And so she picked one of my pieces, and I got paid for it. And from there, I just went on to do some national campaigns. And I had my first big gig with Universal Music Group, where I was a stylist for our indie label, Slip and Slide Records. I was a stylist for one of their up-and-coming artists. And then I went on to do national campaigns with Macy's and Sean John, and I worked with Derek Blanks, and then I've been published nationally. Today's Black Woman, Black Sophisticated.
Come on, resume. Come on, resume. Come on, resume.
Towards the latter, I was in the reality circuit, somewhat of a socialite, if you will, because, I mean, the girls that I used to style, I mean, they would always invite me out, and that's how I would get more clients. So I went on to do Alexandra Dilworth, who was on the New Atlanta, which led me to Portia Williams from Real Housewives, which led me to working with Cynthia, which led me to R&B Divas, working with Mila Williams, which led me to Love and Hip Hop, working with Kalina, which led me, you know, and, you know, it just kind of, you know, kept going until I worked with my last client, major client in Atlanta, I would say, was Moshia Shikuka. From Cutting It in the ATL, and we did a lot of work together. And then I worked with Mayetta Shaw, and I had felt like over that 10-year span of all the stuff that I had been doing, I was like, child, I done did everything that I wanted to do personally in my career. So I was like, okay, Lord, universe, I need a change. And so it had been bestowed upon me that my true gift was really highlighting and connecting with people. And so I felt like my people, as in gay people first, Black people second, humans third, sometimes need a voice, you know, and need people to speak up for them. And so since I had lost my voice once upon a time, and then I got it back, and I became loud and just out there, I went ahead and just really branched out. And I was like, I got to leave Atlanta. Where am I going to go? And so it was Texas, South Carolina, or New York. So I started applying for jobs. And my then close friend, he was like, bitch, you need to come to Dallas. And I was like, come to Dallas? Yeah, girl, you know, Aubrey live in Dallas. Gary Aubrey on the show. He was like, yeah, you know, he live in Dallas. So, you know, we don't know people. So, bitch, you need to move. We could take over the city, blase. And I was like, well, girl, let me go out there for like 2 weeks or whatever and see what I can see. And so I came to Dallas. I interviewed for some positions. I got a job. And then before the job I have now, which is what I really wanted, and I put some things together. I had went out the country. I had came back, and within a week, I headed to Dallas. I got me a Craigslist roommate because I ain't know nobody. And I was working at a little call center while I got here, just being transparent because, you know, the girls. And then, until I got a good offer from the company I have now that I'm working with, which is J. Hilburn, which is a men's custom clothing company where I'm a corporate advisor now. And so I took my styling career.
I like that type of time.
I took my fashion career and I put it into corporate so that I can cater to, you know, really my hope and my dream is to just be the example for gays here in the city of Dallas, because there's not really any, you barely see a girl run around town with hair and makeup. Like I can count on one hand how many girls I've seen, you know, run around town. And so it really bothered me that I just didn't see myself here. Like I didn't see somebody I could relate to. Like I couldn't go click up with a girl that had a beat mug or, you know, that had some inches because it's not here. And so I was like, I'm going to judge Dallas after a year. And so I did. And I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and stay. And then during that time, I moved here in August 2016. So I've almost been here 2 years. And here comes Lil' Lo chasing Atlanta looking for a host for their reunion show. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come out there. I mean, I believe in what y'all doing. Let's get it. Let's go. And so I went to Atlanta. It was on a good weekend because my mom's birthday was the same weekend. And so we did it. Great show. Had so much fun. And then I sat down with Kevon and Ondario, who are the creators. And they were like, okay, so what's next? What about you coming into the business of everything? Because, you know, Chasing Reality is a LLC. They're a business. You know, we're a business.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
And so I was like, child, I don't know. But then I came back home to Dallas, and I was like, well, why don't I start franchising and just do one here? And so I had talked to Aubrey. I was like, girl, I want to do this. And I had talked to Premier. I was like, I want to do this. So are y'all down to do it? They was like, yeah. And so I began to interview people. I literally interviewed, I would say, 27 people. And they gave me no's. Because either they didn't see it for me because I was, you know, the fish, or they were not out yet to their family, so they didn't want to be put on a platform like that, or they just didn't want to do it. And it's funny because full circle now, those people are like, hey, can I get on season 2? Or, you know, but
Right.
I met some wonderful gentlemen that agreed to go on this journey with me. B. King Kane, Markel, Logan, Gary Aubrey, and Premier, and also my B cast, Tony Price, Wuda Lee, and Charles Jackson. They all said, okay, well, let's go ahead. Let's do it. And I would say, even though the show has a little bit of drama, I really do feel like on a professional level, we're still showing people the good shit.
Working.
Right.
So.
And that's what I see a lot of.
And that's no shade to no other show.
It's really not.
We try to make sure, we like to have fun, but we try to make sure that we stay positive and we stay supporting each other, because that's what we really need
and
out here.
Everything we say is always just an opinion. It's a mind of what we see. And to be honest, like, he'll tell you, he watches social media stuff, the reality shows, way more than I do, because that is the reason why I don't watch them, because I don't like a whole bunch of drama, especially for my community. I do not want to go on TV and see you and swinging your hair and bitch this and bitch. I don't want to see that.
Right.
That Chasing Dallas, I see y'all working constantly. I see that, and y'all show that very well, and I appreciate that. You know, I get down with that.
No, yes, of course.
Yes.
And, you know, and like I said, no shade to no other shows, but
correct.
You know, a lot of these shows, and we even talk about mainstream shows like Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that, where, you know, it's Love and Hip Hop, and you barely see the hip hop. You know, you barely see the love. It's all about the fighting and who's cheating and who's doing this and who's doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I really respect that, even though you're giving, let's be honest,
it happens.
Drama sells. You have to capture the community, and you have to make sure that you grab these viewers. So you have to give them that excitement.
And drama is
everybody don't want to watch Kumbaya all the time.
This is true.
And I'm a firm believer of it too, because I'm, like I said, I love reality TV. So I'm the first one, like, bitch, I cannot wait till next week to see what Safari did, and if he, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Now,
so
granted, like, I promise, I put my right hand to God. I told each and every person on the cast, because I had a one-on-one sit down with each and every person, and I was like, hey, so how do you want to be seen on the show? What do you want to bring? What are you doing? You know, how can we make you, you know, how can we milk this for what it is? And I told everybody, I was like, now, girl, I may have to throw a drink in your face because I don't know where the drama is gonna come from. Like, but I really told Aubrey, I was like, sis, I might have to throw a drink in your face. We might have to fake fight, girl, because I don't know where it's going to come from. And the moment I said that, and we did our first green screens in February, it was like, here go 2 cast members that I've had a run-in with this other cast member. And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. And so as we continue to film, and like, I don't provoke the drama or provoke the bull, but it just started coming out. It started coming out, and it started coming out on camera, and then in green screens. Because a lot of the stuff, I mean, y'all can't really see the behind the scenes stuff, but like, I found out a lot of things on when we did our green screens. Because I was sitting in on every green screen with my other 2 producers, Aisha and Cade, and I was just like, wait a minute, bitch, wait, what? Who did what? What? And so I was like, well, we can build on this. And then as you continue to go through the season, you'll see how my relationship with a particular cast member changes. And then you'll see how some friendships build. And you'll see a lot of different things that I didn't expect to happen. And so I was talking to Aubrey one night, and I was like, girl, I really see why Mona Scott is like hated, because she does have the power to make or break these people. Because like when I tell y'all, information just started flooding my DMs and my messages, and it's like, girl, should I put this out there because this will make good for TV? But then you have that inner battle with yourself, like, okay, you got morals and values, so it's like, girl, damn, you know, because I'm sitting here fighting Ressie G, and I'm sitting here fighting Maurice Gamble, the producer. So I'm like, ooh, girl, what do
you do?
But let me tell you something. We can relate because we do what we do. People come to us with information as well to be released. And not only that, you know, we do the after show for G Status and for Clubhead. So with that being said, you know, we I'm not going to name no names, but we have cast members that send information like, hey, when you have this person on, and if they say this, make sure you let them know this, because I'm going to give you this tea.
Right.
You feel me? So like in my phone, I got a lot of tea, but you know, I try to keep our show like real positive, because we don't have that out here. Everything is always ratchet. You know, even our competition out here, and I don't like to say competition because what's in our lane is in our lane, but even our competition, everybody's ratchet.
Right.
Girl.
This one, listen.
Look, I like the real. He's right. I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way, but I like to tell the truth.
Okay.
Stuff is fun, but like you said, and this is why I watch Chasing Dallas, because you can tell it's genuine, real life people stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Because you see the business and then you see the drama, but it's not. Boom, here goes a team with a whole bunch of drama in it. They working. This happened because they was working with this, and that person said this, and that was it. It's never I'm just mad at you because you got on the same outfit I had on.
Exactly, and that's the gag, because it's like,
you know,
the drama that we have is very Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's like, you said something about my business, you said something about my character, not I heard you were sleeping with, or I heard this, I heard that. There are like actual receipts as to, you know, what everybody is having a problem with, you know, on the show. And of course there's some shade thrown. But it's fun shade. It's not like the shade that's thrown is not supposed to cut nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to slice you open, but some people do take it that way. I can't control that, but you know.
So we're just gonna hold off real quick. You got a couple questions and comments on your show. But before we do that, for the new viewers, let them know where you're found at, where we can see you at, your Instagram, Snapchat, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Ressie G. That's RESSIEG. Snapchat Ressie G. Facebook Ressie G. Twitter Ressie G. Tweet RESSIEG.
Okay.
Tweet. And definitely www.youtube.com/Chasing Reality. You can view season 1 and 2 of Chasing Atlanta and season 1 of Chasing Dallas, where episode 3 will air tomorrow night. So.
All right.
So we're gonna ask a question, and then we're gonna go into the good stuff.
All right, and you got everybody screaming. It's Ressie everywhere down the comments. Hey, how you doing? We love the show. Amanda has a question for you. Amanda Robinson says, "Will you bring girls to the show?"
Will I bring girls to the show? I actually did not want women on the show, mainly because I cannot respect a man that would disrespect a woman, whether it's joking or whatever. So that's the main reason why I don't have trans women on the show or cisgender women on the show. I didn't want to put, even though there are tons of women here that are doing stuff that are in the LGBTQ community.
Right, of course.
I just didn't want to, or even myself, I didn't want to have a trans woman on the show and then call, if her name is Shauna or Raven called her Bob. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to
right, because you're trying to be petty, right? Because,
but I will say that because of the growth of the Chasing Reality channel and the brand, there are some things coming.
That sounds good. I love exclusives.
Mm-hmm. So we're definitely because it's like, you know, as we grow and advance, you know, Kevon has done scripted shows before. We just have to kind of mix that in the right way. Dario, he's a fabulous editor, and he contributes great content. And then just with the reception that people are getting now, like I've gotten DMs from people that want to do a show that's based around women, you know, or they want to do Chasing Houston, they want to do Chasing DC, they want to do all these things, and it's like some major, you know, I would say some pretty major people wanting to just be on our little old platform. So
it's an amazing platform because it's not little old platform. It's not.
Yeah, it's really not.
Honestly, I do want to say before we get into the shits is that thank you, because honestly, we need more platforms for our community to show that we are out here. And it's okay to swing your hair, and it's okay to have the nails in here, but we're doing so much more than being messy. We're doing so much more. Like, we out here working. Like, and I keep saying, we are you and me. You feel me? We are everything and everyone. The doctors, the lawyers. You know what I mean? As the most prestigious people.
Exactly.
It doesn't skip no one. So I just want to say thank you for doing what you're doing, giving us a platform, letting us, view something that we can relate to ourselves versus trying to relate to what is out there, or the next woman at Real Housewives, or the next, you can see yourself in things.
Just me personally, I think that at times in mainstream media, and this may go, I ain't gonna go too far into it, but I feel like mainstream media, when it comes down to the LGBT community, it goes in waves and trends, you know? And I feel like the wave and trend, which is fabulous, is trans women right now. And, you know, while they focus on trans women, visually feminine LGBTQ people or folk definitely open doors for, more masculine guys to come out and be more of themselves. But I think that in mainstream media, the focus is on, like trans women right now, which is fabulous. But mainstream media has a problem with multitasking. Like, you can have Pose on TV, but then you can have a show that's very much a twist on being Mary Jane and being Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? Where he's actually living his life and dating and doing things, but he's just so happen to be gay and black. And, if we can just by our platform put out this particular content and continue to build and grow, you never know how far it may go. People ask all the time, are y'all trying to go to a network and this and that? And I was like, right now we're just trying to build on where we're at and be accessible. And if it comes, it comes. But, Issa Rae started out on YouTube, and that's on HBO.
Hello, let her know. Well, let me put my bid in now, because honestly, I just want, and you know what? No pressure. But there's, and I keep saying this, there's never been a double reunion host.
This is true.
There's never, not on mainstream or internet.
Look.
This is true.
So, but that's no here nor there.
Listen, if it was solely up to me, you already know. I would go ahead and say, let's go ahead and pull it together. But you know
what?
We do have
God is so good.
We do have a team.
Look, God is so good.
You
hear me?
God is so good. Ain't gonna be the troublemaker.
Just say God is so good.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All the time.
Okay, so Amanda Robinson is back again. She says, will you put pinpoints on issues related to LGBT youth? How do you feel about that?
As it pertains to LGBT youth, I think that my main point of doing the show was to be visual examples here in Dallas. So I think that's as much as I want to cater to LGBT youth, because there are LGBT issues as pertains to youth, but it's very tender and can be taken the wrong way when you when you focus in on it. So my way of doing it is like my social club. I'm going to cater to, you know, empowering men so they can be examples to boys, you know, whether they're LGBT or straight, or heterosexual, sorry. And so I think we do definitely touch on issues that are not usually talked about, however. So stay tuned for that, because I think it may definitely, I don't know how it's going to be perceived, but we do highlight 3 particular issues on the upcoming episodes that people usually don't talk about. So that plagues the LGBTQ community, mainly. Like, you know, the age-old story is always HIV and AIDS, and it's always DL, and it's always hate crimes. And I just really wanted to steer away from that, because I'm like, there are other issues that need to be highlighted. And so to answer the question, no, not right now. I think that by choosing this cast of 9 in total, including myself, and we all have different paths and different personalities, we are making ourselves accessible to LGBT to be examples of what they could be or what they can aspire to. But I would not be 100% comfortable putting LGBT youth issues on this particular show. Maybe in the future on something else, but not this one.
I got it. Yeah. So listen, let's get into the shit.
Come on.
Episode 1, episode 2 came out, right? Now, when episode 1 came out, bitch, I was just like, I mean, at the edge of my seat. It was not so much, but just enough to get you like, oh my God.
Okay, like, so here you go. Give the folks an example. Like, what do you mean?
What happened to you? So, I want to know the tea between, was it Tony? Mm-hmm. Tony Price?
Okay.
And what was going on with Tony Price and you, especially in episode 2, where y'all had that whole big debacle, and you know, you was even saying like, "Oh, like I really want to punch him in the face right now, but let me just be professional and hold back." And you know what I mean? Explain that and what didn't we see?
Okay, well, what y'all didn't see will be shown, so stay tuned to that. But basically, for those of you that don't know, make sure you go on over and watch episode 2. But that particular day was a filming for Aubrey, for his extension line, Aubrey's Touch Extensions, ATE. And he was the hired makeup artist for that particular shoot. When I got there, I was staying out the way as producer, because I usually am at every filming. That's why I wasn't judged up. You know, usually if I'm on camera, I'm going to give it to you. But as y'all saw, I wasn't pulled together. And there was a funk. You know, there was definitely, I just got your message, Amanda. We gonna work, girl. But there was like a energy that he had that entire evening. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, and mind you, I knew Tony a little bit before we started filming. So we had a personal friendship, you know, relationship.
Okay.
And so it was like, I already know how you are. And so he had brought a heavy negative energy into the room. And so that's all I was really upset about, because I'm like, one, you throwing off the mood of the actual photo shoot, and you throwing off the mood of the filming. Because I'm like, that's the only reason I was flexing my muscle, is because it could have been a better filming if your attitude was okay. Because, you know, these cameras and this time, it ain't free. And so, you know, and you're not coughing up no coin. And nobody gave me no money to do this except for out of my own pocket. So, you know, we have to use every single moment to make it count. So that's why I was irritated and I was upset, because what wasn't caught on camera was there was going to be a scene with him and Aubrey just kind of discussing what had happened earlier that day. And because his energy was so heavy, I was like, you know what, you can just go. And so he felt as if I was flexing on him in front of everybody. And that I was like, that's not the case. I just told you to go. But with Tony, he is so, he has a huge love for the production and definitely wanted to be there as much as possible. And so any chance and any opportunity he could get to film, he definitely wanted it, which I was willing to give. But at the same time, it's like, I go off energy. If your energy ain't right, then you need to just go and get your energy right, you know? And that's when I got upset. And then with Aubrey, it was more so of a personal thing because, you know, at that point, Aubrey knew Tony from way back when. And so I had just met him through Aubrey. And so Aubrey was more so hurt at the fact that he came into this set just being so nasty and rude. And Aubrey's thing was, you just act like I did you wrong or something. Like, you know, because what people don't know is that day of that shoot, Tony had already been paid 3 weeks prior.
Oh.
So it's like, sis, I gave you your money a long time ago just because I'm your friend. And so with Aubrey, it really hurt his feelings because like Aubrey's very sweet. And, you know, he has moments where he could turn up if he wants to. But like his feelings was just hurt. You know, he was just like, how dare you come into this and just act so Granted, Aubrey has a time management issue and he's working on that very diligently, but it's not like you don't know him. I can understand if I was doing a photo shoot with y'all and I was just slugging around or something like that and I'd be like, yeah, y'all professional. But girl, you know this chick. So why is it like such this thing? And so it was just like, to Aubrey, it was kind of like, bitch, what is happening? And to me, it was like, I care, but I don't really care about what y'all got going on because he just brought and fucked up the flow. So you think it was for the cameras to kind of give that extraness because he wanted to give more, you know, much? Because, you know, sometimes people get in front of that camera and they show the hell off. And, you know, it's like, okay, let me give you this so that. I will say that there are people that act different on camera than off camera that I've seen throughout the production. But I don't think Tony's kind of like 50-50. On camera, he'll act one way. Off camera, he'll act another way. It just depends on, sometimes they match up to his off camera. Sometimes.
Right.
So do I think he puts on for the camera? I can say maybe 75%. You know.
Okay, that's reasonable though. But my whole thing is, you know, people. I don't feel like that's kind of wrong because
it's not
you get in front of a camera, you're gonna put yourself on. Like, you know, like even like you just discussed earlier, where you was just like, you know, usually when you're in front of a camera, you're gonna make sure you give that judge. Right. So it's something that you're gonna put on for the camera because you want to make good TV at the same time.
But y'all don't know, I be wanting to snatch the hair off my head. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Every time.
Well, see, with me, I think I act the same on and off camera. You know, I'm the same way, you know, as it is. But I will say, you know how people say that you forget the cameras are there? Like, as we went through the season, even though I was like, yeah, we're going to shoot this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, there was a scene that I really got out of character. And I totally, like, I forgot the cameras were there. And y'all will see it. And it was just like, after I watched it back, like, watched the footage, I was just like, damn, Ressie. Girl, don't do that no more.
That leads me to my next question. Sorry.
That's deep, though. You hear that? Like, you watch that stuff and you like, damn, like, that just goes to show that, like, you're not out here trying to be that. Like, it hits you. Like, this is real life. That lets y'all know, Chasing Dallas, this is real folk drama. This ain't no bull job stuff. Like, y'all get into it. If you're not, go ahead and follow right now. We got Ressie online. Like, we getting the real juice.
So that led me to my next question. Okay. After filming, and especially you being a producer, what is it like looking back at this footage and helping the edits and all of that? Like, how do you feel, especially that you're a part of it and, you know, behind and in front of the scenes?
Baby. I forgot that some of these girls said some of that stuff.
So it puts you back in that mind frame?
Huh?
Does it put you back in that mind frame? Like, say you're rewinding and stuff. Does it put you back in that, like,
switch off?
Because I know you see things that the others don't get to see until it comes out.
Well, I think my biggest thing was like even say first episode, like even though me and Charles in real life have a rift right now, I didn't realize that the girls was tearing him up like that on first episode. Because I went back and watched, I was like, bitch, oh, they tearing her up. And I was just like, because what happens is how we do it is like, I'm in full communication with Dario who edits. And I was just like, ooh, he was like, girl, this is juicy. And I'm just like, girl, what is going on? And when I look back at it, it was like, ooh, I forgot I said that. I forgot I said that. But to be honest and be fair, you know, you got to put it in there because I can't not show some things because it just won't add up, you know?
Right.
It's you got to have continuity. So, like, looking back at it, do I regret anything or do I think that the cast regrets anything? No. But at the same time, I will say in real time, that's how they felt in that moment, at that time, you know?
Okay.
Cool. So before, we're going to wrap it up here soon, but before we wrap it up, I do want to know, is there a exclusive, a hint, something that you can just tease the audience with for tomorrow's episode?
Give them a little piece of the cookie.
Ooh.
And you're the producer, so you'll be the ones getting people in trouble. So
Right. What I can say is tomorrow is the beginning of some substance behind each character.
Ooh,
I like that.
Like it's. I got chills just then. Ooh.
Me too. Yeah.
It's not just all the drama. You know, it's you know, we really. I will say I can speak for myself. Like I talk about how before I had my internship, I was a foster child. My dad died when I was 15, and then my stepmom began to abuse me, which put me into foster care. And I was mentally fucked up and all of this stuff. So I kind of go into that and like, just got chills again. Like going like, I promise y'all, I was the one that I was like, oh, I'm good, you know? And then I got in front of the camera to do my green screens and I had my producer ask me questions. And then I was just like, whoa, this shit got real. You know, it got real quick. And I would say everybody got real quick, except for, I would say, B King, only because his stuff, his real deep stuff or his real kind of overcast is all on actual footage. But I will say it gets really deep, and it gets to a point where y'all are gonna either feel for us or cry a little bit or just be like, I know somebody that's going through that. This is what I need to go and help that person. I will say that.
Oh,
this is my show.
I'm so glad you ended it in that nature,
right?
That order, because again,
another positive moment. Because you still just look forward to like, this is real life, y'all. And like again, I'm gonna say, I don't even get into reality TV shows, nothing like that. Y'all, please. And I'm like, this ain't no beg type of stuff, because you watch one episode, you're gonna be hooked, because that's what he did. He told me to watch one episode, and I've been on it. So, y'all, please, if you have not subscribed to Chasing Dallas, please do so. Mm-hmm. This is a whole nother judge. It ain't just a whole bunch of parties.
I'll say this. I don't mean to cut you off. I'll say this.
No, you fine. Cut away, baby.
With one particular cast member, because one of my producers, his name is Cade. And he is like, he's real nonchalant and, Caucasian guy. He's like, Ressie, it's so boring. Or Ressie, I love it. Let's just do it. Like, and for him, he's very nonchalant. And one particular cast member was doing their green screens and it got so serious and so deep that we had to cut and he gave him a hug. And like, it gets that good.
Oh, I cannot. Not that I can't wait, but I can't wait to. I just want to experience that on this platform, because, like I said, like you said, this is something that doesn't happen, especially with our community, and we're talking some real stuff. So you can go catch it on YouTube. Yes. Chasing Atlanta. Chasing Reality, Chasing Atlanta, and you have Chasing Dallas.
Yes.
It's a whole franchise. But Chasing Reality is the overall brand. Am I correct?
Yes. Basically, Chasing Reality is like the VH1 or the MTV.
It's VH1. Okay, that's the network.
You gotta say it again. It's like what, boo? Okay. Say it again. Say it one more time for them.
And so,
but they don't know.
And so you guys can definitely, to all the viewers, you can go to the Chasing Reality page, the Chasing Reality channel, and you'll find season 1 and season 2 of Chasing Atlanta, which is the original franchise, and then Chasing Dallas, our first season, is actually there now. We air each and every Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Because Dallas, we're on Central Time. So if anybody watching in Dallas, don't look for it at no 8 o'clock because you're going to be out behind, girl, and you're going to be starting to see. So
no, but
definitely, you know.
It really has been an amazing experience watching the show. It has been an amazing experience watching you because I honestly, like I said, I followed you before and I knew who you were and stuff like that. But now that I see you in a light where, you know, I actually get to get into your personality and like feel like I know you.
The mellow is everything.
It's dope. You feel me? This interview has been amazing. Your spirit and keep doing what you're doing and keep elevating because what you're doing is really inspiring the community.
And I just want everybody that's watching to realize what Ressie just said. Chasing Reality. This is like the VH1. This is ours. Like, do you see what's on the screen right now? All that gorgeousness. Like, that's all LGBT, baby. Yeah. We can do anything. We are so powerful. Look at us. Look at us.
Yes.
Literally.
Like
BB King is watching now.
Right, come on now.
This umbrella was started by 2 out gay boys under the age of 25 at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so Andario and Kevon, they didn't know exactly where this was going to go. They didn't know that somebody like me was going to come in and help broaden the brand and become a part of the business. They just really went with, this is what I want to do. Friend, let's do it. And here we are, you know, 1 week, over 130,000 views on our, you know what I'm saying? Episode 2, over 70,000 views. So, and it's active viewership. So, you know, it's like, it just shows that being gay, even though people try to make it seem like it's this big plague upon the world, no, it's actually a gift. And it's actually it puts you ahead of people. It puts you ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if gay is if gay is that one thing that's the biggest problem with the world, and we can openly accept it and use it as our ammo to shoot down the haters, then baby, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you better preach. You better preach. Yes.
Y'all look, listen, and understand this is Ressie Gamble.
Yes.
Hello.
Please let them know before we let you go where they can find your social media. Yeah. And
I don't want you to go.
Oh, you know I can talk all night, child.
I like wisdom, honey. I like wisdom.
Okay. You can find me on all social media handles at Ressie G, RESSIEG. You can find Chasing Reality on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Chasing Reality. Instagram is chasing.rlty. And if you can't get none of that, just type in your search engine, www.youtube.com/Chasing Reality.
Yes. This is
very Googleable. Hello.
Okay.
This is Ressie G, and we're gonna look. This is not gonna be the last time you see him on our platform. There's gonna be a lot more stuff to, you know, we got going on. So please keep a lookout for any future projects that he may be coming up with. Anything that he is doing, he is he is inspirational, and he is hashtag multiple bags.
Okay.
You know, he gets hashtag multiple bags.
Yes, ma'am.
You already know what we do.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
Okay.
So thank you for coming.
Not too busy for y'all, though. Not too busy for y'all.
Hello, not too busy.
Okay. That was, see, you know that be touching my heart. Don't say stuff like that. I'm emotional. Because you did not have to take the time. Thank you so much.
No, I believe in y'all. Like, I'm here for what y'all doing because, I mean, it's not just catty bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actual, like, real questions, real, smart things that we're talking about. I mean, y'all could definitely try and get the tea and be like, girl, who you done fucked on the cast? Or who you done did?
Right. No,
but like that's what the people want. But like at times it does take a little time to grow. But as you grow with positive energy, y'all can easily, the way social media is set up today, we might see y'all right here today, and then all of a sudden y'all got y'all own situation on VH1. Hello,
you better claim
Hello.
it.
Hi. I heard you. Hi. Hello.
a big ass couch on VH1. Okay.
Okay, let me get We're 32 instead of 24, honey. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I just want to come sit in the audience. Shit.
Well, come on. No, you can sit beside me. We can talk.
Okay. I'm
sit beside me.
Look, I love you. We love you. Continue to do what you do. Thank you for coming on. And again, we'll keep in touch, and we'll definitely have you back on.
Yes.
So,
I got your cell phone number, so don't go missing.
Yes, you already know. We're going to be talking.
Yes.
Thank you so much again, y'all. This is Ressie Gamble, y'all. Love, like, share.
Yes.
Please go check out Chasing Dallas's everything. It's our community, and we are so powerful. Get with it or get gone.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Oh,
that was he's the.
Y'all know. Look, y'all know I gotta wait till the folks get off of the interview, the screen. I gotta be good this time. But I am thrilled to hear this information, to learn being a stylist and all that other stuff. Did y'all get some good juice? If you got some good juice, hashtag Ressie for me. Hallelujah. Where you going? Surprises and stuff? You need some more drink? Well, in the meantime, in between time, while Roman's gone, let me get my juice together while y'all looking. Marvelous the Body, how you doing? Hey, baby. Jakarta Rhymes, hey, baby. BJ, thank you for everything. BJ says we are very strong, powerful people. We just have to tap into it, and Ressie is helping one person at a time. Hallelujah. Taz is on the lawn. That's my pop. Like Malik, Shy. Hey, everybody. What y'all are doing right now is tuning into Keith and King on the couch, baby. On the royal couch, where we do what? Talk about things. That's what we're doing. We got to keep just. You got some more? You ain't bring me none out. I'm good, because you've been sipping hard about it.
I've been sipping.
But it was a good interview. You should have been.
I do want to shout out, next we got Miss Potent and Mo Lottie. They coming together.
Are they?
Yes, they're going to be lit together.
Okay, so listen. Get ready. Go ahead and get y'all some drinks. Chill out. Get your mellow on. Put your music on. Let me tell y'all something. Them two together.
It's done by themselves is serious.
Exactly. Together, though.